I think I was probably 3 or 4 years old the first time I identified myself as an artist. I was lucky enough to have family members around that encouraged me right away. I was always drawing. I've always, really my whole life, been interested in drawing animals. Probably one of the main reasons that there's so many animals in my stories now. I'm from the area. I grew up outside of Detroit. I really wanted to end up in a place that was not just an art school. I'm just curious by nature, and I wanted to be in an environment where I could try out different things, be involved in different disciplines. I was also an athlete, which is a little bit unusual to be an artist and an athlete, but I actually came to U of M on a partial athletic scholarship, which wouldn't have been possible at a lot of other art schools. But it also, I think, gave me a really unique experience that not a lot of other people have had. I came to U of M knowing I wanted to be a children's book illustrator, but also knowing that there was no specific department devoted to that kind of study. And instead of really seeing that as a detriment, I actually saw it as kind of an advantage because I got to be curious about a lot of different things and explore different disciplines and different media throughout 4 years, not just get locked into one type of thinking. And I think it ended up just making me a more rounded artist by the time I left Stamps. As a result, as a bookmaker, I've sort of carried over that experience into my bookmaking, where almost every book I do, I try to explore a different media or a different approach to how I tell story. I've incorporated photography, I've incorporated drawing, painting, printmaking. Nothing really scares me in the studio because I have this background where I was able to explore so many different things. Once I knew that I was on a path towards bookmaking, I knew that I also had to hone my skills as a writer. So I started taking poetry classes in the English department and very quickly learned that poetry and writing for children have a lot in common. I wasn't necessarily writing for children in those courses, but the writing I was doing was really related to the ways I have to think about writing for children now. I think the number one skill that I obtained at Michigan and at Stamps when I was there was the skill of trying things that I do not yet have expertise in. My advice for anyone at Stamps, get to know other artists. I made connections with people over 20 years ago at Stamps. You know, we've all dispersed into different fields, but they're still the people that I go to for advice. They're the people I go to commiserate when things aren't going well, or the people I go to celebrate with when things are going well. And it's so nice to have a community that can grow with you throughout your lifetime, throughout your career as an artist.